Hey guys, it's Robin, Art Silent Crafts. Welcome to my craft room. Today I thought we'd talk about some of our Christmas cards and one of the projects we can do to recycle these, and we can use them to decorate our house or different areas in our craft room or something next Christmas, and we won't be throwing as much away into the recycle bin. I was in a swap several years ago, and this is one of the gifts that I'd received as part of the swap. We were doing a bird swap, and I received this paper banner. Well, it's not actually paper. I'm pretty sure it's made out of cardstock. So it's a thin cardboard. We all know what cardstock is, right? When those scrapbookers make all their things. That's one craft you'll never catch me doing because I have no sense of layout. And now while I can mix match colors up pretty good for quilts, when it comes to doing those pictures, I get lost. I tried scrapbooking once, and I'm sorry kids, but you're just going to have to flip through a regular photo album and hopefully you'll see pictures. So I received this fun banner, and it's been hanging up on one of my bookcases ever since. So I thought we'd go ahead and borrow this idea and make something similar with our Christmas cards. What I like about this is it does really just kind of accordion fold right back together, and you can store it away, so you can do this for any of your holidays. And they just used whatever cardstock that they felt was good, and then they added the different bird cutouts for certain triangles. So that is our inspiration over there. Now I grabbed a handful of the cards that I've received this past year, some from family, some from friends, some from you guys. And I was looking at them and I was thinking, well, this card I definitely don't want. Can you see how it's got the glittery snow everywhere, and you can hear it's a rough texture? I really like this, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pick up a frame so that I can frame this card. So thank you, Lynn, for a beautiful card. I'm going to save this one. I'm not going to cut it up, but I could use the back. I could cut out any of the shapes that I would like, and I could either put some Christmas fabric on it, or I can stamp on it and decorate it, because this is just a plain white paper here, so I can do anything I want with it. You also usually have plain white on the inside unless they write on it, or sometimes you'll have the words over here. But this one just has, this one is nice and blank, so I can utilize, well, I'm going to be using this one for my picture to hang up, of course. But if you were cutting it up, you could use the back of this as something to write on or whatever. So I'm going to put this one away. And I've already gone ahead and cut up some examples for us. Now you can go ahead and make yourself a triangle in any way you want, in any size. You can make it narrow and short or wide and short. And I also like this little tab-like. It's just a rectangle with a curved end on the bottom. And there's just something about this shape hanging from the ribbons like that I've liked. I've seen them do this with fabric and burlap and stuff like this, so I think this looks really good on a banner. I just made these out of manila folders like you'd put in the filing cabinets. You've seen me use them before. And I always forget the options of getting cutting boards from the Dollar Tree. You get 2 of these in a package, and they make really great templates because you can see right through them, no problem. Now these are my actual cutting boards, because the ones I had purchased some to make templates before, and I used them up for the Rare Bear project so I could easily trace out all the bear parts. But for any of your projects, like when I was showing last week how to trim a square up when you don't have a ruler, you can go ahead and a rotary cutter and ruler, you can go ahead and just use this template plastic and you can see right through it. And you get 2 of these for $1. And they measure 11 by 14, so that's a pretty good size, and you get some decent templates out of this. So that's a good thing to remember. A little trip up to the Dollar Tree and pick up a couple packages of these, keep them in your craft room, and you'll be ready whenever you need them. So as I said, you can go through and pick out your cards, see where you want to put your designs and where you might want to cut some things out, and however many you think you might need. I went with these 3 separate shapes. I really like this Santa card. Now, I might want to just trim around it and make it a little rounder. I do have some bumpity bumps here, but I just did a rough cut. And I like the colors, and I like the scene, and it's got some of the texture of the glitter on his cuffs of his hat and jacket and boots and stuff. So I thought this was really cute. Let me take out my ribbon that I plan on using. So even though this is a larger one, if you're not looking for specifics and you don't want your banner to all be triangles or all be the same shapes, you can go ahead and cut out different ones just to have some memories of the pretty cards and the designs you like. Or you can stick with all of them in the same shape and you can have the traditional glare from the light. You can have the traditional pendant shape, the elongated triangle. And here's the one I used for that little tag shape. Now there are some hole punchers that you can purchase that will cut out a tag like this, so you wouldn't even have to trace them or anything like that. And I thought those would look nice on there too. I'm the type that it doesn't bother me that these are different shapes, different sizes, different colors. I would have no problem just laying these all across. This one they put the ribbon on top. Depending on your cards, you could put the ribbon on the bottom. I kind of like it on top so I can see more of the card and it just hides the ribbon like that. But you can go either way. If this ribbon is too wide for you, you can go down a size. Ribbons come in all sizes, so it's wonderful to choose. You can choose different colors, different widths, whatever you want. If that's still too much, you can always just go down to a real narrow one so you have more of your card showing up and less of the ribbon. Now these were actually glued on. You can use a glue stick, you can use some type of a paper glue. I probably would stay away from a hot glue because I think that would leave too many lumps and bumps in there. It wouldn't be very smooth. You can use double stick tape, that they have all those kinds of things. If you were a scrapbooker or a paper crafter, you would probably have all kinds of fun supplies and you'd know much more about doing this than I would. I think it would be just kind of fun to put this up. You could hang it around the tree. I think I would just enjoy hanging this up in a room. Now these would be really great crafts for kids too. They can help you, even if you were the one that did, they can pick the cards and pick the layout. You can let them choose, you cut out your shapes on here. You can have hearts for Valentine's Day. You can have hearts for Christmas. You can have stars. You can have any shape you want. And what I was using to trace in those, I was using a mechanical pencil. That way when I traced around it and I can cut on the line, a lot of times if you use a Sharpie, it will still show up on there. It's really hard. If you cut inside the line of the Sharpie, you can usually bypass most of it. But for me, there's always some type of a Sharpie showing up. If there's any lines that are left showing up, I can always just take my eraser and erase them. This is the type of project that you really can't do from the back side, because when you flip the cards over, I guess you could kind of try to hold it up to a light source. I can see through it a little bit when I hold it up to the light like this, maybe up to a window, or if you have one of those light tables, you could do it from the back. But for me, I found that I had to basically do it from the front. So I would have to take my design and lay it on there, and like this one I'd have to guess because you can't actually see through the folders. But once again, if you draw your shape on here, you can be able to place it anywhere you want. And then the kids can help you out. Now you could also, did I say you could also stitch these down with your sewing machine? Let me show you what this looks like if it's been stitched down. And this is what it looks like with just one line of stitching. Now you can choose to put one line of stitching or two, or you can choose maybe to go halfway through the ribbon and stitch down the middle so that everything stays on nicely. It will hang really nice from a bookcase or up against the wall, and then it doesn't really matter what the backs of them look like. You can always add on to this each year if you just have a few to put on. You could punch holes. I don't have those tiny small hole punch. They have those hole punchers that are like 1/8 of an inch that I've seen the scrapbookers with. And then you can just thread some of this thin ribbon. You can weave it in and out, which is another good thing for the kids to do. And then they can have Christmas cards up on their bedroom walls. If you do this right after Christmas, then they can have it up for as long as they want. They don't even have to wait for the next holiday. Sometimes that's a nice way to just keep the holiday going throughout the year. Kids really don't, once Christmas Day is over, granted a lot of them are just all excited about their toys and stuff. A lot of the time the kids are really running at a high level, so when Christmas is over and then they have to drop down and be calm and mellow and everything gets put away, sometimes it's going to be hard for them. So it's nice to have something like this that they can hang in their room. You're not going to worry if they destroy anything like this because they were just old Christmas cards. Now, if you have any other good ideas to go along with this theme of putting our Christmas cards on a banner, please go ahead and leave them down at the comments. I love hearing all the different creativity you guys have when I show you a simple project like this and you tell me, I love when I show a simple project like this. You guys leave comments down below and you say how you've done it in the past and how you've tweaked it different ways. And I'm like, oh, that's really brilliant. That's really smart. That's fun. I think that's what's great about our community, that everyone kind of jumps in and helps everyone out. So if this is something that's new to you or you're interested in it, but you might want something a little different, go ahead and check out all the comments below, because you might just find something that really sparks that interest for you and gets you going with your creativity. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!